Children of the night, what music they make.
They're all gonna laugh at you!
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
What's up?
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash you a bit.
Welcome back, gentlemen. It's been 2 weeks. It feels like it's been forever. It's been kind of nice not having to deal with you.
I've missed you guys.
I miss none of you.
You liar.
It's weird being sober right now. I don't know how to function on the
almost
show.
went and got a beer, and I was like, no, I can make it 1 week.
Yeah.
So it is time for our annual, I almost said end of the year, I guess start of the new year. Look back at 2022 so we can give you our best horror lists of the year. We do 13 here, which means this is a long episode, and we repeat movies a lot, except Chad, which will be a bunch of weird shit that none of us like.
Sure. It's a fascinating tale of a man down on his luck who meets a whore.
I don't know, but I'm sure you guys, I watched like at least 10 movies in the 2 weeks to try to sneak everything in.
I snuck some in thinking, oh, this might make my list. Not a goddamn one of anything I watched at the end of the year made it.
Yeah, there were a few I thought were surefire. Like, I'm all right. No, not even close. So.
Yeah.
I added something to my list, and there's a few that I think are worthy of episodes, but are more honorable mention. But
Years over,
there's
man.
good ones.
I watched one last night I won't name, but I was texting you guys about it. I was like, oh, maybe this could make it. I like the director. And I was like, oh, no.
Sounds like you could have squeezed a couple movies.
Time out. I have something to say to Hunter.
What?
The year is over. I don't give a crap. I paid money to watch these movies. We're doing some main features with some of these movies. That's the law.
Well, how about get out of your fucking hobble, because Megan is in theaters on Friday.
Fine, that's 1 week. How many weeks do we have nothing to talk about?
Every day brings us closer to Cocaine Bear, and that's all I care about in life right now.
Fine. That's 2 movies.
Is that
February
the end of
24th.
January or February?
February 24th, man.
February.
I can't wait. And
That
Pooh,
better be
Blood
good.
and Honey, right? That's this month, I think. That's guaranteed to be great.
All right. Before we jump into it, does anyone have anything to announce? Anything they want to say?
Nothing. Let's get going.
No? Okay. And let's do this.
Yes.
Number 13, Chad. What do you got on your list?
Gotta consult
Okay.
my book.
Wait, I have a question. We never do it this way, but I've heard some other people doing their lists, and they're doing a thing where, like, if Chad mentions a movie, and then it's higher up on somebody else's list, somebody just says, it's higher on my list, and they wait. Do we want to do that, or just do the usual, we kind of shut up and let them?
Colors of the Dark did that. Let's not do it their way.
That's
Yeah,
what
let's
I was
leave it a
talking about.
surprise.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll
There we go.
spoil it because I'll have a stupid look on my face. All right, what bullshit did you see on Tubi, Chad?
I can't
Okay.
wait.
As far as I know, none of
Also,
these are.
Chad, tell us a little bit about how you came up with your list and what were you thinking?
Are you being facetious or?
No, I'm being 100% serious.
Okay. Well, I had made a separate list because until I found out that it has to be released 2022. So I was just going to throw on stuff that I had never seen before that I enjoyed the most. So my list is, I have 13 on here, 10 of which I enjoyed. 3 are the mercy ones that I had to show some grace and squeeze in there. So not saying I recommend them.
So you only like 10 new movies this year?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't see a lot of new movies.
Oh, okay.
By the
I
way,
did
we
wanna-
got drinking words, just so you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did he do them? I didn't even look.
Yeah, he did.
So I'll read them. Jack's words tonight are Black Vampire Sake. Find it at
Sake?
your local liquor store. Yeah. Or sake. I'm going to say sake. Mine are meatballs. Sheridan must have read my tweet during New Year's Eve. By the way, I had 10 more today for lunch. Drink and Blood. Jason's words are Barbarian, Orphan, and Saw. Lutsky's Indie, Halloween, and Nope. And bonus words are Shudder, Movie, and Year.
You.
Okay,
Indy.
right.
That's a good one, Sheridan. Indy for me.
So
Okay,
5
so-
minutes later, Chad.
My hey, that's not my fault. My list is pretty much the least amount of stuff that I didn't like. Like there's some on the list that there were a couple scenes that I didn't that were cringeworthy to down to like this is almost a perfect movie, and the ones that either hit me hardest like on a like I can't stop thinking about this. Probably the same thing that you guys, and of course, just flat out enjoyment. Like, did I have fun watching this thing? Was I entertained through it?
I get
So-
it, man.
Yeah,
I can't
number
wait to hear the
13.
movies you don't really like.
I know.
Number 13, and I'm not saying I didn't like these. They're just not ones that I was like, I'm gonna watch this again. Number 13 is a Shudder exclusive with trippy claymation called Mad God by the guy who did I think he did the Empire Strikes Back stuff and some other Star Wars stuff. It probably would have been my favorite movie back in my stoner days. I probably would have watched it countless times right alongside with Pink Floyd The Wall. But for those who can appreciate the effort and the art that goes into this, you'll love it. If you're high, you'll love it even more. Not condoning that, but you will. If you're looking for something that has a good story, this isn't for you. This is just something that for I think a lot of creatives will, especially artists and anyone who loves claymation, will just really kind of gawk at this and be like, I can't.
If you
this
throw
is
a
great.
Halloween party, you should take a projector and show this movie with no sound on the wall.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, I'd leave the sound up, but down, lower because the sound was cool too.
Well, we
But
play
yeah.
music at parties usually, so.
Mad God. I do recommend it, I guess, for something if you're looking for something totally different. Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
Dick Tigler. What you got?
All right. My number 13 is Chad's number 1. I'm going to tell you this right off the bat. I know how much he loves this. It's a movie starring Ethan Hawke called The Black Phone.
Oh. I thought this would be way higher up your list.
Me too.
I thought so too, but as I started going through my list, because I put them all down in my book holds all my lists, like everything. So, and I looked and I'm going, oh, that's a little better. That's a little better. So yeah, that almost fell off the list, The Black Phone.
That
But-
really surprises me.
Yeah, it shocked me too. Everything else on here is porn, like porn parodies of horror. So maybe that's why it's the only true horror film. But I loved Ethan Hawke. I thought was great in it, and that was a movie that hit me in the feels. I remember I got all tingly in it and kind of weepy, but it just wasn't enough to make the top 10, man.
All right. Evil died last year.
Good call. My first pick, this is always for me a combination of stuff I liked, I would watch again, I would recommend to people. And when you get to the bottom half of my list, the order is much less important than more like I want to just mention it. And I always imagine like either if I could only have 13 DVDs, which one would I get, or which ones would I lend to people? I found that there was a lot of movies that could have been in the slots in my bottom, especially the last 3. But for this first one, it's a movie I liked more than where the ranking shows, but I put it in because a lot of people are putting in the Predator movie Prey as a horror movie this year, and I really didn't think of that as a horror movie. I put Violent Night. I put Violent Night as my 13th movie, and the reason I put it there was because I feel like I asked guys at work, and I know Hunter and me talked about this on the show a couple weeks ago. On the Venn diagram, this movie is an action movie, a Christmas movie, and a comedy, but it also is gory enough to be a horror movie.
Oh,
and
hell
so
yeah.
I was like, I'm going to make it 13th because it's probably the least horror movie of horror movies, but it was one of the best times I've had in a theater in a long time. And I'm not a big Christmas horror movie fan, there's only a handful I really give a damn about. I'll watch this every year. I had a blast with it, and it's a great movie because it's like great action, funny, but it also has like a legitimate like heart to it to make it like a legit Christmas movie. So, Violent Night.
David Harbour for Eternal Santa.
Yes.
So it's horror adjacent.
Yeah,
Close enough.
My list is just my favorite horror of the year. So a lot of these I could move up or down the list depending on my mood or what I'm feeling like watching. But this is just, as I was thinking back, I did it today in 5 minutes because I put a lot of effort into this show now.
Oh, good.
So I was like, as I put it together, I was moving stuff up and down 4 or 5 spots just as I was thinking about it. Like, oh yeah, that was actually really good. Or yeah, maybe I didn't like this as much.
Yeah.
So I always do that every year. And the best example of how this is not necessarily what I think are the best made movies, but are my favorite movies is my number 13 could be the best made horror movie of the year, but was not my favorite because it is a prequel. The fact that it even made my list tells you how well made this movie is. That is Pearl. I think
I'm
Pearl
surprised it made your list.
It hurt my soul a little bit including it, but it's so well made that I had to put it on here. The performances are freaking incredible, and just the look of the film was great. The only thing was I had no tension watching it, but it's the prequel, so I had to put it on here. Very solid movie, and I would absolutely recommend people watch it. Hence, a prequel actually made my list.
I haven't seen neither. I have seen neither. Do you recommend watching X first and then Pearl, just like you're supposed to, or?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's what the filmmaker intended, but
yeah,
there are things in Pearl that are callbacks to X.
Yeah.
That it probably works the other way, but it's going to pay off better that way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I would be curious when he's done if he will recommend people watch them in chronological order or not. That'd be interesting.
I can't wait to see Maxine.
Yeah, me too. Let's go.
All right, you guys are going to probably kick me off the show now.
Uh-oh.
I know you hate this movie.
I can't wait to hear your whole list. This is gonna be fun.
And I didn't necessarily enjoy this movie, but I mean, Michael Myers, man.
Oh God.
What? It's lower on your list than I thought.
Wow.
Yeah. It wouldn't have made a top 10, so obviously, but I mean, he's in it barely.
Kind of, yeah.
I have a lot of complaints about this one. But I did feel like they had a really original idea. It just wasn't executed very well. Had it been, it could have eventually gained. I think it could have gained like cult status, like Season of the Witch. Eventually, if they would have
made a good
dropped
movie.
a lot of the cheese. Yeah, like I said, taking something this existing franchise that we kind of know what we're getting when we're going in. We're going to see Michael Myers, and then all of a sudden we're throwing a curveball, just like Season of the Witch when that came out. People were pissed. Where's Michael Myers? I think that had it been done well, it could have eventually been some kind of sleeper hit with fans. And I thought it started out great. That kid falling down the thing is just it's so haunting. But then the rest of the movie it doesn't live up to that tone that it's set at the beginning. So, but yeah, number 12, Halloween Ends.
That would make
by the way,
worst of list.
I made a note on my sheet of paper. It says biggest piece of shit Halloween Ends. So I just want to give it a shout out from my list.
It could have been a cult movie because they went, they really swung for the fences if they'd made it entertaining.
Yeah.
But they decided we don't like to have fun with movies.
Honestly, I mean, I got to be honest, man. I did like seeing Jamie Lee Curtis back in these movies, but I also feel like she ruined the last two. If you took her out of this and you just made it and her niece, her whole family, and you took that out of it, and then you just had this town essentially turning this guy into a Michael Myers because of him being bullied for the accident that happened and stuff, that would have been a really cool premise. Just take the Hollywood out of it. Make it a cool indie, gritty film. Would have been cool.
Cash grab.
But it's not.
Made no money.
Well, yeah. but I think it would have been high on people's list eventually for Halloween movies.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, Chad. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. So, this movie. Now, I'm going to say the title. You might mistakenly think this is the life story of Jason Brand, but it's not. I found it on Shudder called Sissy. Have you all seen Sissy?
Great flick. Again, this was one of the ones we could do an episode about. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is kind of like a bullying kind of movie about this young girl, beautiful girl, is a social media influencer who's got kind of a past, and she meets up with her old best friend, and they haven't seen each other in 15 years, and she brings her along to her hen's party, which I guess that's when you're going to get married, you chicks go. Except it also included a gay dude. I guess it was very inclusive, by the way. Thumbs up for inclusion. But the movie, it's actually beautiful to look at. The way it was shot and the color palette in it, it's unbelievable. And it's actually a lot of fun. I did not expect to like this movie at all. And I saw Piggy just before it, which is similar. This is a girl who was bullied. And I was like, oh, I wonder which one is going to make my list. I never want to see Piggy again. I felt so awful watching that movie. Like, I just never need to experience that again. It was so dirty and grimy. I'll see Sissy again in a second.
Sissy has surprisingly great gore in it.
Oh my God.
Catches you off guard.
Just bananas and laugh out loud funny at points. So,
dang, I did not see this. I wish I had.
Yeah, it's on Shudder, so check out Sissy.
Drew Views continuing to fund the show. Is it too late to get Tim back after what Chad said?
It's never too late. We just have to see what Tim's up to. But Tim's not here because it's best of, and he'll just ruin the whole thing.
Yeah.
So we'll bring him back for some
Halloween kills or Halloween ends.
You're going to screw up my order here, Lutsky.
Sorry, man.
My number 11 has already been mentioned.
We're on 12.
Number 12. You're right. Number 12 is The Black Phone.
Oh, brothers.
I really enjoyed this movie too. Chad, your criticisms of it I think are valid, but I think that where Hunter and I disagree with you is it's such an entertaining movie. The two lead actors are great. The abusive father and that whole thing when he beats the girl, that's amazing. I mean, it's hard to watch, but it's an amazing performance. The Grabber is a great villain. There's so much great there, and that's one of those movies that when somebody who's not a horror podcast host asks me, what should I watch? I tell them that, and they always come back with oh, that was good. So I had a good time with it, but I understand your problems with it. That's where it doesn't quite get as high up on the list for me. I can see what you're talking about there, but I think I just enjoyed it for what the strengths of it.
Whenever people ask me what movie to watch, I always go, you should try Antichrist or Martyrs.
Yeah, Martyrs.
I never need to answer that question again for them.
That's beautiful. All right, my number 12 has already been mentioned. Violent Night. I snuck it in last week.
You did.
I think.
Good
yeah,
man.
I managed to see it. Ton of fun. Crazy violent. I don't know if maybe I wanted it to be every time I felt oh, this isn't. I wanted to be more. They put a scene in that was just utterly bonkers.
Right.
And then I'm like, hey, this is wild and fun, and it's a movie that they knew exactly what they were making. They went for it. It's entertaining. This is going to be a fun one every couple years to throw on a Christmas. So it made the list. Violent Night.
Yes.
A new Santa origin story. You don't get that very often.
Hammer time.
Yeah, you don't get to see Santa puke off the back of the reindeer, in the sled too often. So
onto a woman's face. I was like, oh,
that was horrible. Lutsky.
I almost feel like I did my list wrong because Black Phone's number 11, and I liked it less than you guys did. So, Yeah.
I'm surprised
is
that
it
it's as
possible?
low on their list as it is.
I can't believe it's on your list.
I
Yeah,
never thought
well,
it'd be on your list.
That, like I said, my first three here are, they're on there because they have to be. So
All of you are surprising me with this. You hated the movie and they loved it when we did the review.
Yeah, I did-
you all have it at the same point.
I didn't hate it. I think my complaints were, the same old like Hollywood type of stuff. I would like to see something a little grittier.
Not
There
enough
was
abuse.
there was one seriously cringy moment in there that was almost so unforgivable, with the whole the Karate Kid montage thing, that I just had a hard time getting past.
Come on.
But overall, yeah, I love Ethan Hawke. Overall, I was entertained though. So, yeah, Black Phone.
Wow. Jack, you put Black Phone higher than we did.
Yeah. Oops.
Your list is surprising me even more than I expected it to.
It's a New Year's miracle.
I can't believe it's even on the list. That's
Same with Halloween. This is wild.
I thought Halloween would be on this list.
I thought Halloween was going to be higher up.
Yeah.
No.
I thought one. My number 11, we saw, I had to remind myself, we actually saw it in 2022, The Sadness. The insane, not zombie, but what was it? A virus that makes you not only crazy, but very, very horny. I don't think I've ever seen bloody infected people want to fuck more than that movie. That movie was so wrong in every single way. Everyone was DTF, exactly. So it was different, man. It was a totally different take, and for that, I give it a hell of a lot of credit.
It was like Shivers on crack.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a ton of fun, man. It's good if you got the family around, especially if you got grandma, younger generations. Just put that on.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Roll sit down. So yeah, 11 is The Sadness for sure.
Jackie.
11 for me is A Wounded Fawn.
Really? Okay.
That
was on my list at one point.
That one, listen, this is where there are several movies I saw, including some over the past week, that I could have slid in some of these slots because there was a couple of ones I really enjoyed. But this is I enjoyed the movie no matter what. But I appreciated it even more after our interview and learning some of the behind the scenes stuff and just that last scene on the ground that he held.
That was nuts.
And that is that one was sort of like had some weirdness and trippiness to it. So I filled in my weird trippy slot with that one. And I thought two great performances, actually three great performances. Great work on a low budget. And I really enjoyed all the guests we had on and appreciated all of their movies. But this one just kind of stuck with me, and so I'm giving it the nod.
So
if you have leftover drugs
sound
in your system from Mad God, turn this on.
Yeah.
You could ride it out to the end.
I assumed it was the sound design for the sync scene about the middle of the movie.
Oh,
That sealed it
gosh.
for you.
Pitter patter, pitter patter. Oh, I had forgotten that. Thanks for putting it back.
All right. Mine is one that surprised me, and I guess it's a movie. It's short. It just hit me in the right spot at the right time. It's Werewolf by Night. On
Of course.
Disney+.
Really?
Werewolf, brother.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not an episode of anything, as best I can tell. It just is like a short. I don't know. Even if it wasn't, I'd still put it on here.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the design of it. I like that it was in black and white. It had this old school adventure feel, but with like a horror twist. I don't know. It reminded me of something I'd watched when I was a kid, I guess. So I really, really enjoyed it. And I am so over Marvel that the only reason I watched this is because somebody I trusted recommended it so much. And I was like, fine. I was like, oh my God, there's actually something Marvel that I dug. So this made the list. This is a really solid watch.
If you can ever see it not on Disney, I will watch it.
That's fair.
Well, this is on Disney. I'm not going in there.
I didn't watch it on my account.
Ooh, maybe I should just steal someone's. You're right. All right, we're in the top 10 now, Chad. These are the
All
movies
right.
you like.
Yes, these are the movies that I start to get a little excited about. Maybe not so much this one. I mean, I did like it, but
Okay.
I don't know that any of you guys have seen this. I just saw it recently because, like, some of you, I was on a quest to try to cram more in here. Fortunately for me, my experience was that I was able to see some newer ones that I was, happy to put on my list. This is called The Apology. It's on Shudder. Very intimate setting, very small cast of characters, tons of dialogue, bleak. Like one of my everything's like that's one of my books right there.
Say a ton of dialogue and bleak.
Yeah.
Can't
Intimate
imagine.
setting, small cast of characters. This is probably why I liked it. Except for Janine Garofalo is in it, and she almost ruins it. Thank God she was only in it for a very short time. It's basically just this guy who comes back to after 20 years to confess something, and it's totally different take on home invasion too. So if you like those kinds of movies, you might like this. I know that my oldest son, and my wife complained about the acting, whereas I thought the acting was decent. So I don't know who's wrong. The
They're both
Apology.
wrong.
I don't know if
They're
it's a
all
Shudder original, but I know it's new on Shudder.
Yeah, I put it on my list too when I saw it pop up.
Yeah, that's
Look
one I
cool.
wanted to get to, but I just didn't have time.
I don't know that you guys would like it. I have no idea.
Gonna give it a shot. Health check on Lutsky.
Hunter.
All right, my number 10 is a movie that look. My movies are what I enjoy. I don't give a crap if they're really good or not. But this movie was surprisingly good. This took me totally by surprise. Deadstream.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Deadstream?
No.
Oh, treat
I was
yourself,
going to watch
brother.
What the hell's wrong with you?
You love Evil Dead. This is literally a modern take on Evil Dead with a YouTube schmuck who's been banned, and this is getting his new chance back going into this abandoned haunted house. It is crazy, and he's hysterical. So
It's way more later Evil Dead though, not like Evil Dead 1.
no, definitely not one. Nobody got
Tonally.
raped by trees. But yeah, it's surprisingly shockingly good. Like this is one I want to watch. I have to watch it again because I had way too much fun.
When I found out that it was that couple that made it almost entirely, I was like very impressed.
Crazy.
I'm
Absolutely
shocked they pulled
crazy.
it off that well. All right, Jack.
My number 10 is Deadstream.
Oh wow. Okay.
Get out.
This is a found footage movie on Shudder. Great year for found footage in that we got Deadstream, which is funny, creative, great special effects on a tiny budget.
Yep.
Those people made the only thing worth watching in the VHS 99, was it called?
That's right,
That
yeah.
short, which was hilarious and also very creative.
That's the one where
Um,
they go to hell or whatever.
To go to hell.
Yeah, best part of
Um,
it by a mile.
Now, there was also Dash Cam this year, another movie that we had a great interview for.
Let's get rapping.
A movie that injected humor, took chances, and whatever. And I had said back in one of our recent shows that if this is the way to reinvigorate the found footage genre. So this movie was a blast, and I can't wait to see what they do next.
Monster Men sticking together.
The way to reinvigorate a genre is definitely not to make shitty movies. It's
That's true.
I don't know.
But
Seems to work for Halloween.
funny and creative, and take some risks.
So my number 10 is Fresh. We did this pretty early in the year, I think.
Oh yeah.
And going back through my list,
hungry.
first of all, I was amazed at how many movies we have reviewed that were main features, and I was like, "What the hell was that movie?" I had to look them up, and as soon as I see images, I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's just like the forgettable stuff we watched. And this one
Mhm.
is one I really haven't thought of since that day. But as soon as I saw the title, I was like, oh, God, of course Fresh is on my list.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've ever wanted to see how well somebody can walk without an ass, Fresh will show you. It's worth it for that alone.
Yeah.
I feel like because for a long time, especially you, Hunter, kept saying like this year sucks. What's going on? And I felt like the year started off. It came out of the gate strong, and you had some good stuff at the beginning. Then it went into like hibernation, and every once in a while we get something good. And then towards the end, it picked up steam, and a bunch of really good stuff came. And then I'm angry that they waited to release so much of this stuff till the end of the year that we had to watch 10 movies in a week.
I know.
Why couldn't they
Can
ever
space it out?
Space them out a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, this one was early on. This is very well made. I have no idea what the budget was, but it looks phenomenal. And it's a wild ride. So Fresh at number 10. I really enjoyed this one.
All right. Number 9, Ron, I guess. This one, I don't know if it's called Watcher or The Watcher.
I think it's
with the girl from It Follows.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, some of this felt very samey and slow, even for me, but the villain was one of the creepiest in cinema, man. That guy was great. And had some really memorable scenes, like the subway scene where he's carrying that head. They did a great job with the atmosphere. I just feel like it was like they took, it's almost like they redid an existing movie or mashed a couple of them and didn't do anything different. They just gave it a nice crisp tone, like the cinematography was really well done. The acting was really well done. So yeah, it's just, they took something very simple and just made it attractive, I guess.
That's a good way of putting it. It's a
Nice
well-made,
isolation
extremely straightforward movie.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
exactly what you think going in.
Yes. Yep. But yeah, Watcher. It's I think it's on Shudder.
Yes,
Still.
it is now.
Yeah,
I paid
it is. I
for
did
it
see
when
that.
I saw it. We are on 9. Oh, 9. It's one of the movies I was cramming in as I was cramming Swedish meatballs in my gob. The Resurrection with Rebecca Hall and Tim Roth.
I wanted to
Jesus,
watch this.
she's amazing. I mean, in lesser hands, this movie would not have been pulled off. It's a mind fuck of a movie. It's a gaslighting movie. Is this really happening or is it not happening? She's in every, I think she's in every single scene, and she's just, if she's not the queen, I don't know who the hell is at this point. And Tim Roth was great.
Yeah.
There was a point where they were in a diner and she met up with him in a diner, and I expected him to like stick the place up for Pulp Fiction. I was waiting for that, but it didn't happen. But that's fine. The Resurrection is amazing. Even my wife doesn't like it.
I love you, honey bunny.
Oh, I love you, honey buddy.
I was literally going to watch this last night, but Shudder only allows you to log in on 2 devices at a time. Like if I go to a third device, I have to re-log in. And we were getting ready to watch it, and it gave me the login pop up, and I was like, "Fuck this!" And I just went and, like, the next movie I found is what I watched, and now I regret it.
It would have been
You missed
on your
it.
list, I think.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I watched was not good, so I really wish I had gone with this instead. But
It's a very good movie.
What I will get out of this movie is one scene that's a close up of Rebecca Hall, and my wife goes, "She has such an elegant neck." Like, what are you, a fucking vampire? Staring at her neck.
oh God, what you got, Jack?
Is it me? Speaking of next, my next movie is Blood Relatives.
Oh, okay.
A good vampire movie. We had the Jamie Foxx movie. We had a couple of others that, people throwing up their hands. I'm sick of vampires and whatever. And here was a good vampire movie. I thought it was funny. Thought it was well acted, creative. Not the most horror of horror movies, but a good vampire movie. And I really enjoyed it, and I appreciated it. And again, having met one of the stars, had an even deeper appreciation for the movie.
Nice.
And big ups for some representation of our Ashkenazi Jewish friends.
Yes,
Yo!
that was a big factor.
L'chaim!
All right, my number 9 is the surprise of the year for me. I did not expect to like this movie at all when I saw the first trailer, and that is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Oh, I didn't know it.
Haven't seen that either.
I ended up really enjoying. I liked this movie until it hit the end, and I don't know that a movie has ever stuck the landing more than this one. And it just elevated it like 5 levels for me, and it just shot it onto my list. And the first trailer I saw was like, wait, is this like the wokest movie of all time, or are they making fun of these people? And as you watch it, it becomes quite clear what they're doing, and it makes it very hilarious. And then when that ending hits, man, this is a really solid movie. I think it's A24, isn't it?
It is.
So I should have known. I should have known.
Yeah.
Damn, this was good, and I was really glad I ended up watching it. Wish I'd seen it in the theater, to be honest.
And for the first time, I enjoyed Pete Davidson. So
I know I didn't think I would
that's
ever
nothing.
like him in anything, so that was a pleasant surprise.
Yep.
Chad?
Okay. I really enjoyed 2/3 of this movie. The third act, whatever, but it's Smile. I had been hearing,
Wow.
people say, I before watching it, I got the impression that I thought it was for normies. Like, this is something, kind of like The Ring or something. This is something that you would like if, if you're not jaded. But I liked it, even though it was a clear, pretty much just a mashup of The Ring and It Follows. I enjoyed it. I thought it had some legitimately creepy scenes in it. Some good acting. I didn't care for all the CGI at the end, and a lot of the just, that whole, like, I don't know. I guess I would have liked it more if it was toned down just a little bit more. Plus, I kept thinking. Go ahead, Jack. What were you going to say?
They beat you over the head with jump scares in that movie too.
Yeah, some of the jump scares were really good.
Yeah.
One in particular with the chick swung upside down in the car window.
By the car. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was great. Kind of reminded me of Terrified. There's a scene similar like that in there, but much better in Terrified. But anyway, yeah, I enjoyed it, and I suppose I recommend it. But yeah, I kept thinking as a writer, I was like, well, how could this end? And I came up with a couple different endings that I thought that they were going to do, and I'm not saying my endings were necessarily better. I just I think they were ones that I probably would have liked to seen more than the ending that they gave. So
See,
That's
there's your problem.
Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick's daughter was the lead in that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, did not know that.
She did a
I
good
looked it
job.
up. I was
She
like,
did.
bacon. How many bacons
And
can there
then
be?
it's the kid from Jennifer's Body, the goth kid, who and A Train from The Boys is the
Oh yeah, A Train.
husband.
Boy,
Yeah,
what a-
A-Train. It took me 3/4 of the movie till I was like, it's freaking A-Train.
That's exactly all. It took me half the movie.
What
Yeah.
a schmuck boyfriend too. So supportive.
Yeah, great guy. Great guy.
Yeah. All right. So Smile.
Wow.
Wow. A mainstream movie, no less. A hit
Yeah.
mainstream movie, maybe.
Yeah.
By the way, they gave away that jump scare in the commercial.
They did.
Oh, of course they did. Yeah.
Oh, didn't see it, thank God.
Uh,
I didn't know Smile was out until like 2 weeks after it was out. You guys told me about it, and I was like, what? What? I
Yeah.
had no clue. I'm so unplugged.
Well, this movie I was looking forward to maybe more than any movie this year because it dealt with aliens. Jordan Peele's Nope made my number 8. It's a long movie, but the performances are stellar. Keke Palmer was awesome in this movie. I like the fact that I did get what I came for, but not what I thought I was going to get. So I like just subverting the whole genre and making it something totally different. But he was pulling from kernels of the UFO alien visitation kind of wave that's out there. It's like this little tiny group of people is making this kind of noise, and he pulled that out and made a big ass movie about it. I was like, hey, good for you, man. So
I'm shocked this isn't higher on your list because it's about aliens.
I know. If there was more probing, I guess maybe I'd be way into it. If there was Chris Walken, something like that.
Too much
this-
digesting, not enough probing.
The monkey stuff The monkey stuff in that movie is the best stuff in that whole.
Well, see, to me, take the monkey shit out. The monkey stuff is great. Make your own make a Funny or Die short with the monkey stuff. That's awesome. But that detracted from the movie. And then there was
you're wrong.
A couple of things that happened with the aliens. I was like, well, that's fucking ridiculous. But I know it's an alien movie, but it was like trying to be haha funny, like Key and Peele sketch funny. I was like, nah, that didn't belong here. But it didn't matter because I enjoyed the ride.
Wow, very
On
nice.
a spaceship. That cloud hasn't moved in 7 days.
For a purple people eater. This is number 8.
Yes.
Number 8, I will take number 8 on The Menu.
Oh.
Another one I didn't get to see. Damn it.
Oh, dude, Jason.
You've
done yourself
again, another movie that I may like it more than it ranks on this list because I put it a little bit lower because it's a horror movie, but it's not really a horror movie. But it's a great movie with plenty of horror in it. And if you have it ranked higher, I don't have a problem with it. But for me, I was like I said, one of my favorite movies of the year, but in horror, I'm like, okay. But all the actors in this are amazing. Anna Taylor-Joy and Ray Fiennes. Everybody is so great. I thought it was just going to be Ready or Not with food and a cannibal thing, and it totally surprised me. I thought the ending was really clever. So if you haven't seen this, I really highly suggest it.
Best watched with a cheeseburger.
Yes.
I'll remember that.
Chianti.
This should be dropping soon, I would hope, on VOD. So
yeah,
you'd think. Surprised it's not out now.
All right, my number. What are we on? 8.
8.
I bet this isn't on anyone else's list, and this movie stuck with me. I thought it was very entertaining. It's What Josiah Saw.
Oh no!
Almost made my list. There's so many. Like Nope almost made my list. What Josiah? There's so many movies I would recommend that I just didn't put on this list.
I retitled it "What I Wish I Didn't See."
This one?
Yeah, I hated that movie.
I loved this movie.
That movie was good.
It was basically an anthology, but it wasn't. It had the structure of one, and the way it all tied together, and what I guess you could call the rap, I thought was really well done. And there's a bedroom scene with a father and a son that will stick with you until the day you die.
Yes,
it is very rough to watch.
Yeah,
but I liked it. This is the kind of indie film that has a name star in it that will come and go in a year and no one will have seen it, and everyone should watch this one. I thought it was so good. And Robert Patrick in this was very creepy and weird and gross, and I dug it. I really liked it.
Did you get the feeling that's the way he is in real life?
That's
why he's such a good actor.
There's a real dark underbelly to that movie that sticks with you after you watch it.
Yes.
I liked a lot.
It's a very dark movie.
Yeah, like a dried bird turd. Yeah.
Shut up.
What happened to you? You used to have a backbone.
I didn't like that movie.
Yeah,
you used to have a good taste.
Yeah, you watched it with your wife probably.
First of all, she's my bellwether. She doesn't like it. I know it's all right.
Did you say Bell?
All right, Chad. What are we on? 9, 7.
Okay.
Lucky 7.
What other movie do you want to
number 7? This is another one that could have had a better ending, but man, I had a blast getting there. And that is Barbarian. If you go in blind to this movie, it is so much fun.
Yep.
Sometimes I just want things to stay a little bit more straightforward without, supernatural stuff or giant women with long breasts. But yeah, plus it has Justin Long in it. I'm a big fan of him. He's in a bunch of the indie movies that I like. It's great in everything that I've seen. But yeah, Barbarian was that was pretty cool, man. But yeah, I did have a small complaint about the end. It didn't ruin the whole thing for me, but yeah, that was a great ride.
The fact that they got that made and put in a theater is amazing to me.
Best end credits music ever.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
I don't remember it.
Be My Little Baby.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I think yeah, my wife had said something. She's like, "What a weird choice." It was like, well, they used Sandman for Halloween when that came out, so
Right. It's all
Yeah.
good. And by the way, if you put long lactating breasts in any movie, you're going to make my top 10. Just to put a note out there for filmmakers.
okay, Barnard.
Oh, okay. My number 7 is a movie that I had no desire to see, mocked soundly every time somebody brought it up. And I said, oh, let me watch it now because a few people I respect liked it. And I said, let me give it a shot. And Smile. Cannot believe how much I like Smile. Because I thought it was like a throwaway, like teenage or like, horror newbie kind of movie.
Yep.
Like a Blumhouse, we don't give a shit, just put it out movie. This is scary. It's genuinely creepy.
Yeah.
It's an unsettling movie. And just watching this poor woman lose her freaking mind as she's trying to save her life. It Follows is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is the sequel to It Follows.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean,
I wouldn't
same
call it a
concept.
sequel.
It's
No,
but it's the same
knockoff.
concept.
Not enough sex.
A knockoff of it.
No long breasts, but still, it was very good.
will say that-
That's my biggest
That
shock
movie
of
was
the year.
better than anybody expected it to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
I had a lot of problems with the writing in it. I thought it was better than I expected it to be, and thought it was pretty good, but I thought there was a lot of really stupid stuff in it too.
in your mind, Jack, did you write 4 different endings that were better, but they didn't happen?
Not at all. I just was. There was a lot of logic holes or plot holes or whatever. I don't know, stuff that just didn't make sense. I thought it could have been done a little bit better, but it was way better than I thought it was going to be. So I enjoyed it. I just
Right.
didn't make
Yeah.
my list. So I would suggest people watch it. But all I thought about was The Ring and It Follows, and both of those movies did it better. But this is good because a lot of people haven't seen it. So it's it's like zombie movies. It's a curse movie that executes
And has
well.
creepy moments and some
And,
jump scares. I thought it was fun.
And it made a ton of money. So clearly they marketed it well. That ball game where they had people smiling on camera and the crowd
Yeah.
was amazing.
Get ready for Still Smiling, coming in 2024.
Oh,
Smile harder.
All right, I'm up.
Mhm.
Yes.
There's a lot of people talking about a killer clown movie this year as the big gross out movie that you must see. I'm going to tell you that, sure, if you want to see that, go ahead. But the gross out movie you want to see this year is The Sadness.
Ah.
I agree. No clowns.
I am not kidding.
I couldn't.
I mean,
take that part.
the violence in this movie is unforgettable. And this movie has a spot. I mean, it took the zombie genre in a nice bold direction. So how do you not have fun with that? Total gross out, over the top, in your face.
This is one I recommend to people if I ask them, can you handle subtitles? Because if you can, watch The Sadness. Like, it's wild. I think you'll get a kick out of it.
I wish
Scissors.
I wish that COVID did this to everybody. It'd be a much more entertaining world.
All right. My number 7 is the same as Hunter's, Smile. I had no interest in seeing this. One or two of you talked me into it. I went after it had been in theaters for like 3 weeks. So I was in the smallest theater, which I hate watching movies in. Because, I mean, I can just watch that at home at that point. The freaking screen's so small.
Yeah.
But I was like, whatever. It's a freaking mainstream studio horror movie. Like, who gives a shit? And as I'm watching, I'm like, okay, It Follows. All right, now we're investigating it. It's The Ring. But damn, I'm really enjoying this. Like, there's some good gore. They went for it in a lot of ways I didn't expect. And honestly, if it wasn't just such a blatant mixing of The Ring and It Follows. Well, one, it might not be good, but it would have been higher on my list because I really enjoyed this, and the end went a place I did not expect. I didn't think they would go there because it's a mainstream studio movie. So I expected a kind of a wet fart of an ending. Now they did something there that I didn't like. There's some effect work that I didn't like, but I this one really surprised me. There were 3 movies that I didn't expect to like that I ended up liking, and this was the second one. And it landed pretty high on my list because I quite enjoyed it.
I watched it because you saw it and liked it. I'm like,
oh, which one are you?
I think what
I think
it was
Jack saw it
is-
first. I think.
No, I didn't. What happened was, Hunter and I mentioned that it was in the theater, and that you had like the pass. And
That's
we
what
had
it
said
was.
that we had heard good things about it. And so then you were like,
You
"Oh,
said
yeah."
it had made a ton of money, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
That's right. So I said, "Oh, I'll go see it." Yes. I was the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took me off guard. I really didn't think this was going to be good, and I liked it a lot.
We're all smiles. How lovely.
Awesome.
What you got, Chad?
Okay. My next 6, no complaints. These are great movies. Highly recommend all of these.
All right.
Finally.
So number 6 is Speak No Evil.
No evil.
Yeah, it's fairly new on Shudder. Very uncomfortable movie. It had this uncomfortable nature that kind of reminded me of Mark Duplass's Creep, where someone needs to be confronted or somebody's being, and it's just like nobody really likes confrontation, so it's got that kind of like tension going for it.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to say anything, what this person's doing, and so it's got that kind of, uncomfortable sense about it. Watching someone with no self-awareness, but we all love a happy ending, but dark endings are more memorable. This one had it in spades, and I won't be forgetting this movie for a while. And
everyone says it's a laugh out loud.
Yeah,
Chad, we watched this on the same day.
Yeah,
and I'm going to be honest with you. I almost knocked off either Deadstream or Wounded Fawn to put this on it, but I was like, nah, I'm sure somebody else is going to talk about it. The ending, you have to watch this movie for the ending. It takes its time, and it's not a slasher movie or anything like that. But you will never forget the ending of this movie. And there's going to be some moments where you're yelling at the screen.
I wanted to watch it, just the Giants and the Jets games got in the way.
The characters in this, particularly the main protagonist, and his inability to, he's just so reserved, and he has this internal struggle with who he is, wanting to be somebody else, and you're rooting for him to be that person, and he's that character. You don't see that type of person a lot, and it was he did it so well.
This would be a good main feature.
I agree. It's it like Jack said, it is kind of slow, but then it's like, wow, are you really gonna? We just went there, I guess, huh? Are we gonna keep going? And Speak No Evil on Shudder. I think all my movies are on Shudder, aren't they? Well, maybe not Barbarian or Smile.
Shudder had a good year.
Yeah, it seems so.
That's such a good year. They fired the guy in charge.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Okay. My number 6 was Pearl. Because I love prequels. Actually, I don't love prequels either. I'm not a big fan, but this movie was such a surprise because X is so down and dirty and gritty, and this is a freaking 1930s kind of almost musical. Even when there's no musical, it's like a musical. Mia Goth established herself as a fucking queen, for sure.
Yep. She
reminded me of a couple of ex-girlfriends, which really, I felt the terror deep in my nutsack watching this movie. And I'm wearing a Ty West House of the Devil shirt. I got an Innkeeper shirt for Christmas as well. I am all team Ty West, and seeing those 2 movies in one year was so special. That's 2022.
Ty West is MVP this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I already said. The fact that a prequel made my list speaks to how well made the movie is.
Yeah. Great performances. It looks amazing. It's just, And there's a scarecrow scene that I love more than the Wizard of Oz.
That's seen as something. Chuck.
All right, number 6, The Innocents.
Oh, good movie.
Oh,
The kids with the superpowers in the apartment building. The most disturbing cat scene in history.
Yeah.
I think I had said when we watched this, there were times where I just felt like I was watching real life. How mean kids can be and how scary kids can be.
Yeah, kids suck.
This movie's so good. And if you haven't seen it, don't worry about subtitles. Put it on and watch it. This movie it has impact, man.
For sure.
Yeah,
it's so well made, and it's so not fun to watch. This never would have made my list, even though it's a really good movie. I'm never watching that shit again.
Yeah.
I don't know
There
if
has
we're
to be
gonna
an
watch it
element
again.
of I want to watch it more. You know what I mean? If I don't never want to see it again, it can't make the list.
Really?
Yeah.
Not me, because I don't know if I'm going to run back and watch a lot of these movies again, but
Yeah.
I will never forget this, and I'll suggest it to any horror fan worth their weight.
I can't wait to buy you a Blu-ray of Mother.
You should watch. You should watch Men.
I did see Men.
I did see Men.
That's your fart sniffing kind of movie.
God.
Fart sniffing movie. Okay. Anyhow, somebody been eating elderberries.
That's that's a movie. I was like, what is happening?
We should do a main feature on that. We could talk about that.
That would be a discussion.
Could get us canceled.
All right. My number 6 is the eye-banging movie itself, The Sadness.
Yes.
This is
Eyes.
actually very similar to a novel I wrote called Madness in the just the craziness, the structure of it.
Wow.
Minus the sex stuff. It doesn't have the sex stuff in it, but just the people going crazy thing. This movie did not hold back at all. But it wasn't just like they're showing like gore, torture just to show it. Like they knew when to cut away when it was too much, but just maybe give you some sound effects. They really handled it well to where I feel like a lot of people would be able to watch this and if they went Hostel style would just be completely turned off from it, like me. And this is a wild ass movie.
Yeah.
When it ended, it was one of those like, what the hell did we just watch? And
a happy ending. I love that movie.
I think one of the reasons why it didn't make my list is because I had a really hard time remembering most of it.
oh man, the orgy in the hospital.
The umbrella.
Yeah, the shears at the beginning in the apartment. Like, goddamn, this is a movie, man. So I loved it. That was my number 6, The Sadness.
All right. We're on number 5 now.
Top
This is-
5.
This is one of the best found footage films out there. It's Dash Cam. It has
You
one
got to
of the-
wrap your review.
It has one of the most memorable protagonists in any movie.
Yes.
This was fun, creepy, outrageous, and hilarious. Definitely deserves to be on this list. This, from the beginning to the end, this whole movie just got better and better. And it was an absolute blast. It was hilarious, but it was also, I mean, it had a lot of creepy stuff in it, man. It was a great horror movie.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, Dash
The
Cam.
ballsiest
Loved it.
casting in the history of movies.
Woo!
Perfect, though. So perfect. Yeah.
I want her to renew my vows. Be
That's
amazing.
a great idea.
Another great interview. Just learning about the behind the scenes on that movie. I
Yeah.
cherished that interview. That was so great. Great guy. And I mean, another one that like you appreciate the movie even more when you listen to that one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yep.
you really do. Good stuff.
Well, my number 5 was mentioned earlier by Mr. Brandt. Fresh. Man, that movie looks so slick. And I'm not a big like dude has a girl locked up in a room. That's not my thing. But you took the words out of my mouth, like seeing how a girl without an ass can run or sit. That was amazing. But it's like this beautiful cannibal movie. I don't think those two words have ever been put together before.
Yeah.
But it is. And the ending, I thought it was awesome. Like I loved every part of this movie. And the best part is that for the first half hour, you think, did I just walk into like some kind of rom-com? Like
Yeah.
didn't feel like there was a horror movie at all anywhere in there. And I'm like, I was gonna bail out, and I was like, let's stick with it. Man, it pays off. So you all gotta watch Fresh. It's still on Hulu, so watch it while you
God,
can.
that was a wild movie, man.
Bless you.
All right, number 5. Hunter, I really like Sissy, but my number 5 is Piggy.
Oh,
Piggy is so good. Yes, it is dirty and
It
gritty.
is.
I could not. I was waiting for what the hell was going to happen next. The lead actress does such a great job. There's tension throughout the whole thing. You have no idea how it's going to resolve. The ending is crazy. It's blood soaked. It's dirty. It looks painful. There are parts of this movie that look like they were just filming real people.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
It did you see with the translation, or did you, because I got the audio dubbing.
Oh
by
no, I watched
accident.
it. I watched it with subtitles.
Whoever was doing the audio dubbing has never acted, never seen a movie before. The parents were obviously played by like 18-year-olds. I'm like, what the fuck? But it didn't take
Yeah,
away
no,
really, because the movie was
It
so
was
good.
2 thumbnails, and I clicked on one, and then the other one was dubbed. And I was like, oh no, nope, and I went back to the other one. And listen, I put off watching Piggy because of the subtitles. I was like, I need to be wide awake and ready for this, and I kept like getting to my TV at like 9:30 at night. I'm like, I'm too tired. I'm not going to make it. And so finally, over the break, like one day early, I watched it, and
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was like, how high am I going to put this? I really enjoyed it. I get it though. Like you need a shower after this movie, but I really, really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen Piggy, I highly, highly recommend it.
That's
I
one I
haven't
kept
seen it.
putting off and then just totally forgot about it.
The woman who played her is amazing.
Oh God, she's so good.
What a performance.
And the ending is crazy.
Yep.
I gotta get to that. There's so many I didn't get to see this year. This is the least amount of movies I've watched in a calendar year since I was in high school.
Least amount of
Wow.
good movies.
Oh, that's a fair point.
But
Yeah. You've
Hunter,
watched a
like,
lot of movies.
Movies I
Hunter.
wanted to watch.
Hunter, I'll say though, like Sissy almost made my list. Like, you know what I mean? Like I saw it, I was like, wow, that's a great movie too.
I thought
But
they
for
were
me-
like kind of the same movie, but one
Yeah.
was prettier and more out there. One was dark and dirty. I'm like, I never want to revisit that again. But I agree, it's a really good movie.
All right.
Watch them both.
So we
Yeah.
are on number 5, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. My number 5 is Hunter's number 1, I'm guessing, and that is X.
I'm not going to say.
thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I knew nothing about it. I think we had said it was a Ty West movie, so of course I'm gonna go see it because he's amazing. Wow, this has everything you want in a horror movie. It's got the gore, it's got the laughs. It's shot really well because it's Ty West, so it looks like $1 million. It's got a giant alligator for reasons.
It's got a lot of
just
horror homages in it
Yeah.
everywhere.
some boobs, gross sex scenes. I mean, it's got everything. This was a fun movie, and I'm so glad he finally came back to film and hasn't, because he was doing TV for how long?
Yeah.
So it was nice to have him back, and he came back with a bang. I
He sure
really
did.
like this movie.
Now, can you sing Landslide like Britney Snow to all of us right now?
No, I can't. I'm sorry.
She might have sung my favorite version of Landslide.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's awesome. She has a great voice.
Very nice. Chad?
Okay.
Numero
Number
cuatro.
4. This is probably the most original one on my list, I think. And that is, and somebody's already talked about it, and it's Resurrection. A man eats his girlfriend's baby, carries it around in her belly to taunt her.
What, is this the Cronenberg movie?
No,
it's
this is the Rebecca Hall movie.
no, it's
Resurrection. Okay.
yeah. Take what
I
I
gotta
said with a grain of salt, I guess. But it's weird, tense. You get to a certain point, maybe 15 minutes into it, where Tim Roth officially, speaks for the first time, and some of the stuff he says, I was so in at that point.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what did you just say? What? And so you're just, from that point on, you're just like, I don't understand. What? So, are you being for real, or?
I was even thinking,
so,
is he really there?
Yeah.
I wonder that.
It's definitely one where at the end, and I think I talked about this movie in a recent episode where the wife and I just, for 15 minutes after we watched it, we just had tossed around theories and talked about different things. But it's not, some people don't like ambiguous endings, or I wouldn't consider it. I mean, I guess it's ambiguous, but if that really, really bothers you, then you might not like it. But it's not so.
It's like a Descent into Madness movie. So there's ambiguous things. It's like, was that real or in her head kind of thing?
Yeah, and those are my favorites. Like, kind of leave it up to you. Like whether it be the end of It Follows or the end of The Thing. It's like, I like being given that kind of like, you make the decision here, or you kind of what do you think?
Plus, I like the idea of the person who looks like they have it all together, and just knowing how easy it is to unravel anybody.
Yeah.
I got to see this movie. God damn it.
Yeah. It's
on Shudder.
I feel like I know too much about it now. I need to wait months until I forget.
Nah, don't worry. You'll forget it by tomorrow.
See, you should have been drinking, Jason.
Damn
That's
it.
right.
All right, that's number 4. Resurrection.
My number 4 is The Menu. I couldn't wait to see this movie. I think I saw it the first week it was in theaters.
Me and Jason both haven't seen a lot of really good ones that you guys are talking about.
It's stylistically, it's the most beautiful movie made all year. It's stunning. It's just stunning to watch. If you had no sound, you'd be like, wow, this is amazing. Anya Taylor-Joy is on another level. I don't even know if she's human. I don't understand where she comes from. I don't understand what she can do.
Your obsession with this woman is becoming concerning.
If you've seen Futurama, when you look in her eyes on a big screen, she's like Hypnotoad.
I haven't seen it.
You've never seen Hypnotoad? Everybody YouTube Hypnotoad after you see this or hear this. It's a great take. It's a great parody on food culture. It's because sometimes it's really laugh out loud funny. John Leguizamo has been in 2 horror movies in 2 months, and he nailed it in this one.
Okay, he makes my list twice.
Yeah, he's really good. Everybody. Judith Light is very good. The mom from Who's the Boss. She's in it, believe it or not.
Damn, she's still alive?
Nicholas Hoult.
Still alive. So I highly suggest you all see this movie. And you could take anybody who's not even a horror fan. They'll dig it, I think.
Definitely. More non-horror fans I know have seen this movie than horror fans.
Yeah.
Damn it. I really wanted to see this one. I just didn't make it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, Jack.
Number 4 for me, You're My Obsession. You're My Obsession. Sebastian Stan singing You're My Obsession while cooking human meat or packing human meat. Fresh.
Pack.
I loved this movie, and I liked it more as I got further away. I liked it when I watched it. Daisy Edgar Jones and Sebastian Stan are so great. I love the fact that they don't roll the credit slide or whatever you call it for 30 minutes in that movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I completely forgot about that.
That was one of those ones I was saying that the year started off with a bang. Fresh was this movie. I had no idea. All of a sudden, it just appeared, and I watched it. And all year, I just kept going, okay, this came out at the gate, but clearly it's going to keep getting bumped down. And I kept seeing things going, I still like Fresh better than that. I still like Fresh better than that. And then a couple of others came in and snuck in above it. But all year, I've been like high on this movie. And like I said, that scene of him dancing and singing in the kitchen is priceless. And Daisy Edgar Jones, look her up, man. I watched her in the Under the Banner of Heaven, the show about the Mormon murders, and she's spectacular in that. She's somebody to watch. She's so good.
Huh. I have to check that out.
Damn. All right. My number 4 is Barbarian. This is another one never even heard of. Came out, well, let's do a main feature.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. The start of this movie is really tense. Like just two characters talking, and you're like, what is going on? And is this dude absolutely out of his goddamn mind? And just oh, I love it. And Justin Long, if there were horror awards for best actor, well, other than, I shouldn't say X, or for Pearl, she should
Mia
get it,
Goth.
but otherwise, for male performer, Justin Long, oh my God, is he a treasure in this movie? He is so funny. He plays such a piece of shit, and he is so goddamn funny doing it. It's a joy to watch.
But the best part is it's coming from Justin Long, perennial nice guy.
It's just,
I'm telling you, you got to watch House of Darkness. It's an okay vampire movie, but he's a scumbag in that too, in a similar vein.
Oh,
It's
wow.
Part 2 to this.
oh, he's so good. The ending wasn't bad, but it just where the movie ended up, I don't know. It just came down a little bit. But that's literally my only complaint. Otherwise, I just this was a big surprise. One of those small movies that sneaks in that, I don't know, feels like it came completely under the radar, and everyone's like, "What the hell?" And the title, completely throws you off for what the movie is. So
the coming attractions, because we saw it in the theater with my daughter. I said, we got to watch this movie. I'm thinking, and it wasn't what the coming attractions showed. I'm like,
I wasn't interested in this movie at all, right by the trailer.
Wow, what a joy this was. So
yeah,
great movie. Barbarian at number 4.
All right.
I feel like I'd have been able to knock Black Phone and Halloween Ends if I would have been able to see X and Pearl being A24, because I'm a huge, I mean, I love their dramas. I love everything that A24 does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm kind of bummed. But okay, number 3 is Hellbender. Passion projects fail more often than not. And so to have a husband and wife and daughter team, like, write the music, do all this work, I was just so floored. I went in completely expecting not to like this. I thought with the acting was probably going to be bad. The cinematography, the camera, I was wrong about the entire thing. I really, really liked it a lot. They had some CGI, but it wasn't too much. They knew when to turn away when things or not show things that they knew they couldn't get away with and still have it look good. So I really appreciated that. These people were born to make movies. This, with especially for the budget that they have. Super impressed. Loved the music. Not just like metal punk stuff or whatever that they had in there, but the band, but they had some cool kind of indie rock atmospheric stuff that they played during some of the scenes. But cinematography, where they're walking through the woods and fields and laying in the snow, just such a great movie.
Yeah.
Hey, not the best movie I've seen all year, but the one that surprised me the most.
Go to Monster Men. We interview the Addams Family.
Hellbender. I saw it. As a matter of fact, I watched you guys interview them, and then I went and saw Hellbender. So I went in knowing this is a family, and I think that's what, this can't be that great. I mean, come on. You got a family doing this? How good can this be?
And that blows away so many other movies that had huge budgets.
Oh, yeah.
They're very talented.
Yeah, definitely worth being on this list, and people should go check it out on Shudder. Hellbender.
I agree.
They're in this weird... Go ahead, sorry.
I just said I agree.
Oh, I was going to say, they're in a weird space for me where I want them to have more money to see what they can do, but I also don't want them to lose that low-budget charm.
Right.
So it's like, I want them to have a ton of success, but I also want them to keep making small movies.
Yeah.
So,
well, for instance,
put them in the Romero zone.
When we were talking to them, right now, when they make a movie, they don't have the time and budget constraints of if they shoot something and they don't like it, the next day they just do it again because it's a labor of love.
Right.
Whereas everybody else is like, well, we have 10 days to shoot this and we can't afford to do it again or whatever. Mm-hmm. They just take their time and make it. And
they'll see something one day, go, oh, film that. Let's add that to it.
Yeah, I want somebody to just be like, here's $500,000. If it takes you 5 years to make it, whatever, it's yours. Like make a movie. Just I don't know. They're very talented, so I'm a fan of theirs.
Yep.
I'll give them the money. You twisted my arm. My number 3 is your number 4, Barbarian. This, like I said, I don't know how this movie got made, and it got made. How did this movie not get like cast off to some like video on demand, like a Tubi original? No clue. There's nothing but big balls behind this movie, and it's a trip. And it's the way that they sequence it is what makes it so good. If it was just straight narrative, you'd be like, ugh, I don't know. But the way they jump back and forth to different things, I think was awesome. I dug the ending. There was something I wanted to see happen in the end that didn't happen, but don't care. My only weird thing on this was the Richard Brake character. I'm like, why did he do what he did? That made no sense. Like when he was finally confronted.
What movie did you say? I didn't hear you.
Oh, Barbarian.
Oh, Barbarian. Okay.
Barbarian.
Great. Oh, is he? Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
He was the guy who started.
Yeah.
Long tits. So, and it was in the chat before. One of the best scenes of the year is Justin Long measuring the dungeon to figure out the square footage so he can flip the house. Unbelievable. So it's really funny. It's really creepy. It's really disturbing. It's a hell of a ride, man. Barbarian was like such a surprise coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 3 for me is Pearl.
Necklace.
Mia Goth knocks it out of the park. They don't just clone X. They make an entirely different movie.
Yep.
There's I forget how long it is. The monologue she does, which is not only amazing acting on her part, but the tension that is happening. You are like the person sitting with her. The dread that you feel building in that scene is amazing. I just the bookend of those two movies, we've never seen anything like that in a year. But like the story of this movie is Mia Goth's performance and the amazing way that they followed up that first one. We've talked about it enough. I love this movie.
I wonder if the Oscars will dare to nominate her.
Oh, I hope so.
I mean, what
I doubt it.
That
They hate
monologue
horror
alone.
so much.
If they didn't take Toni Collette,
That's true.
Yeah, but they made The Shape of Water a winner and Get Out. So
I mean,
Let's
I don't
happen.
know that I call that a horror movie, but it's adjacent.
Yeah.
It's more a Seaman sex movie.
Seaman Simon.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, my number 3 is The Black Phone. I hear you, Chad.
Really?
I really, really had a
Number
good time watching
3.
Wow, I love
I
it.
thought Ethan Hawke was so goddamn good in this movie, and The Mask was so good. I walked out of the theater just like, God damn, that was a good time. Like, I'm so glad movies like this are coming out in theaters again. I had a blast. I had read the story a couple years ago and forgotten most of it, so I just did not remember what was coming at all. And I just dug it. I really like this movie. So yeah,
Good for you putting it so high up.
that's right.
It was
That
my
little
top 5
sister.
for a long time this year.
That little sister talking to Jesus is the best.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that scene kills. That scene kills me. So I have not rewatched this yet, but I'd like to see how it holds up for me. But I don't know. It might be one of the. Sometimes when I go to the theater, if I'm in the right mood, man, and the movie is good, I just leave like, I love the experience of being in a theater and seeing a good movie. So that can really help something.
I think that's why a lot of my movies that are on my list I saw them in theaters because I just missed that feeling that you get.
The experience is a big thing for me. It really is.
Number 2, Chad.
The second best movie I saw that was released this year is What Josiah Saw.
Wow. I thought I was going to be the only one with that on my list.
No way, dude. This movie had it all. It was like I was into it maybe 45 minutes into it, and I was like, "Is this an anthology? What is going on here?" It's like 3 movies in one. It reminded me a little bit of From Dusk Till Dawn in that way. But instead of jumping from one thing to the other, you had kind of like 3 different stories that needed to come together.
It could have used Salma Hayek for sure.
I like
Every movie needs Salma Hayek.
I love the twists. I love the twists in here. I like what's his name? The guy with
the drug addict dude.
Nick somebody. Nick
Stahl.
Nick Stahl. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Nick Stahl. He was in Bully, which is really hard to watch, and he's in Carnival. Huh?
Terminator 3.
Mainly Bully and Carnival. He was great in Carnival, the series.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I really like this movie, and I think I was probably smiling pretty big by the time a couple different things at the end happened, and I was like, man, now that's a good movie.
You know, the whole scene when you mentioned Nick Stahl, it just for some reason hit me in the head. When he goes to the Gypsy trailer, that scene's tense, man.
It is. What's weird is every pardon me, every one of the subplots is tense. Even the one where she's trying to get pregnant and they're trying to have a kid. It's super intense. They made it really intense.
Yeah.
Not every filmmaker can do that, and that's what made me appreciate that. It's not like there was a lull in this story and one in here. Every one of them was intense, and then the ending really paid off in like 3 different ways.
Loved
gypsy
that scene was like a Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
That
really
definitely was.
Or like that scene in Boogie Nights where they're going to pick up the drugs.
Yeah. And then if you want a really feel good afternoon, do that movie and then The Dark and the Wicked as a double feature.
Oh yeah. Blow your brains out.
Yeah. That I shouldn't be surprised the weird incest movie made it so high up Chad's list.
Yeah.
Oh, so disturbing. All right. My number 2 has been mentioned previously tonight, and it's the most fun I had at a movie, and I saw it again yesterday. Violent Night.
Wow.
Holy
wow,
shit.
that's high up the list. Really?
I adore this movie. There's not a part of this movie I don't love. David Harbour as Santa, like I said, nobody should ever play Santa again. Ever. He should be Santa in every mall, every movie, every TV show. He's amazing. When it's violent as hell. Beverly D'Angelo. So you're getting a little bit of Christmas Vacation as the foul-mouthed rich mother. I thought she was great.
I couldn't place her at first. When I was watching, I was like, who is that?
It took a while to figure out who she is.
It was more Entourage Beverly D'Angelo than Christmas Vacation.
John Leguizamo as Mr. Grinch was over the top and fun. And Jack, you said earlier, it had everything. First of all, you know there's going to be Home Alone stuff because the little girl, True, has mentioned she just saw Home Alone. So you're getting aspects of that. The violence is fucking bananas. And I haven't laughed that hard in any movie. By the way, Hollywood, nobody knows how to make a comedy anymore. I don't know what has gone on, but nobody knows how to make a straight comedy. Where's my next 40-year-old virgin?
It's woke. You can't make jokes because everybody gets offended.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Damn it, this movie is awesome. I will watch this. Now I've seen it twice in a couple of weeks. I will buy this when it comes out. I will watch this every Christmas. It's this and Black Christmas now. If that's all I watch for Christmas season, I'm set. So I fucking love Violent Night.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
And it looks higher budget than I expected. It looks good.
Yeah.
It's slick. Yeah.
And you might tear up. You never know.
I mean, if you're an idiot, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Or if you have soul. I don't know. One or the other.
Same thing.
Number 2 for me was the most fun I had in the theater, followed by Violent Night as number 2.
Behind
Barbarian
the
is number. Yeah. Barbarian for me. Listen, that first act unfolds, and you're just like, it's really tense. You're trying to figure things out. the tape measure happens. Oh well, no, the tape measure happens later. She's investigating. The big surprise happens, and then it switches gears and goes to Justin Long. Right from there, you're just like, what the hell is this movie? And then the rest of it unfolds. And every time it changed gears, I loved it. I would laugh. It had so much going for it. You're exactly right, Hunter. I think I said this earlier. When the beauty of this movie is the way that they unfolded. They took the story and they presented it in such an original way. And just thank God I didn't know anything about it. I love the ending. I was laughing my ass off at the end of that movie.
It is funny.
So for me, like I said, and there was hardly anybody in the theater I saw it, but just watching that on a big screen and just being surprise after surprise after surprise, what a blast. That's one of those ones, as soon as somebody says, what movie? And normies can watch this movie too. So.
They might be unnormies by the time they're done.
That's
but
true.
It's part of the Detroit trilogy of It Follows, Don't Breathe, and this. This is showing the best of Detroit.
I mean, Barbarian could be happening in Detroit right now, and no one would ever know.
Or care.
Word would just knock it out.
Yeah. Who's thirsty? Let's go to Detroit.
All right. My number 2. I'd said earlier that Bodies, Bodies, Bodies was the biggest surprise for me, but I misspoke. That was the second biggest. The biggest surprise is a movie I absolutely did not want to see, but in fact, I went to see it by myself because we were doing it on the show because Aaron did not want to go. And that was Nope. Because I am so out, or I was so out on Jordan Peele movies after Us and some of the other ones he's produced. I'm like, this guy is so ridiculously overrated. He made one good movie. Who gives a shit?
Right.
I so enjoyed this movie. I thought it was so well made. I only had one problem, and it's what kept it out of the number 1. It's too long. It's like 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's too goddamn long. I understand every point you make about the monkey stuff, Jack. I would cut it just to get 15 minutes, 20 minutes out of this movie because I actually want to watch this again, but every time I sit down to show it to Aaron, I'm like, oh, Christ, I need over 2 hours for us to watch this, and we just have not had time. So I keep having to pick shorter movies. That's the only thing that I think probably... wait till I talk about my number 1, but yeah. I loved this, and a lot of it is I saw it in the theater. I saw it on a gigantic screen. I think I was the only person in the theater. It was like a private screening. Big old tub of popcorn. Pissed off that I have to be there, and I'm spending $20 on this goddamn movie. And I was just like, holy shit, this is actually good. Like, I'm really enjoying this. So
Stephen Young's jacket. I want Stephen Young's jacket so bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, an alien movie. I feel like we never get good alien movies anymore.
No.
And yeah, I really, really, really like this.
Good stuff.
So, Chad, what is the big one?
All right, the number 1 movie. Well, first I want to say when I thought that I was gonna I could do all of the movies that I watched this year. I think mine, had I been able to do that, I think my number 1 movie was Killing of a Sacred Deer. That one destroyed me.
Wow.
And I could not stop. Matter of fact, when it ended, I was like, kind of wish I hadn't have seen that. It just put me in that was such a dark movie. But it was also mildly, very dryly humorous as well.
Dude, if I lived in your head, I'd be in a bathtub with a blow dryer, a straight razor, and a gun. I love your mind. I just couldn't live in it.
Well, then this is not going to surprise you all at all. The Innocents, number 1.
Oh dear God!
There we go.
I should have
That's not
expected that. That's not shocking, and yet I didn't expect it for some reason.
This I can't remember what country put this out. Do you guys remember?
Some
Foreign
crazy ass country.
Yeah. This movie is so good, and it's, other than the Florida Project, it's probably the best child acting that I've ever seen in any movie.
Oh, the Florida Project is amazing.
Yeah, it is. And they're like neck and neck with that. It's just like these people, it's like they're not even acting. It's just you're watching them live. And the girl who plays the highly autistic one, you know, it's like I was convinced she has to be, you know,
I thought so
autistic
too.
or something, but not at all. So I was so blown away by the performances. If you'd have told me ahead of time what this movie was about, I'd have been like, I told you I don't like superhero stuff. And I would have missed out on, and I think that I think I mentioned when we talked about this in a past episode that had Hollywood done this, it would have not even been come close to the amazing movie that they made.
Part of the MCU.
And they took something that we would have just destroyed. I love that they had the cat stuff in there. Not that I want to watch that, but just to know that, okay, this is where I'm not safe here. You know, they're going places that you can't do. Yep. I appreciated that. It was heartfelt. There were some creepy scenes, really dark. These kids going through this stuff. Creepy, unsettling, incredible performances, a satisfying end, and definitely the best movie that came out in 2022 that I saw all year.
Wow.
This is the top of the list for movies I'm glad I did not watch with my wife because she would have been upset with me.
Yeah, I told my wife, I said, you know, it's really good. I think you'd like it. But if you're going to watch it, let me know so that, and when it gets to a certain point, you know, I'm going to come in here. You don't need to see, because she would not like that.
Yeah.
I'll protect you.
Yeah. Well, I'll fast forward this for you. You're not missing anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that part happened, and I was like, Aaron, it's a good decision you're over there.
Oh, all right. Well, Jason, you called my number one, but I called my number one back in March when I saw it, and I have not budged since. It's X. I did not really know anything about X, other than Ty West had a movie coming out, and that there were maybe two. That's all I knew. I went to see it alone at a theater in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, when I was doing research on a book. And I was like, all right, I've done my stuff for the day. Let me go check this out. It's a little tiny theater, really run down. Holy fuck, did I love this movie. Dude, porn horror? Come on! You can't lose. Some of the most disturbing scenes of the year, with the old people banging with Mia Goth under the bed. Some of the hottest scenes, Mia Goth banging somebody on a hay bale. I mean, this had everything. It had all the banging you could need or want. I love the characters. I love the setting.
Brittany Snow.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that
like
the blonde goddess chick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her singing Landslide was awesome. But just everything about her. I never thought that I would gush about Brittany Snow in a movie. Ever. But she found her thing here. And I was glad that the person who gave me the ticket said, hey, wait till the end of the credits because you're going to see something else. And I never, I always walk out when credits hit.
The person who sold you the ticket said that?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. That was nice of them.
Yeah. And because we were talking about Ty West, and he was like, dude, just stay to the end. And then I saw the coming attraction for Pearl. I was like so excited. So nice. I love this movie. I've lent this movie to 10 different people at work. I bought this movie for people. I just love it, man. Ty West back in horror. The world is a better place. COVID is over. Great God Almighty, we have Ty West back.
I had no doubt this was your number one all year.
Yeah, nothing changed. Can't knock it off.
My number one is X.
That feeling too.
Monster Man.
70s throwback. Alligator.
Today's.
Jenna Ortega. We didn't even mention how great she is in that movie.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. The It Girl.
Jenna Ortega, basically the queen of horror of 2022.
Yeah.
Who knew?
She's in everything. I didn't know who she was before this year.
I need a 30-year-old who looks 12.
Well, I watched it a second time, and it doesn't lose a thing. I was really curious to see. If anything, I might like it better the second time. Some really, really funny lines in that movie as well. And once the slashing starts, but one of the most memorable things for me about that movie is I didn't realize that Mia Goth was playing two roles. I knew it was somebody in the old makeup.
Yeah.
And then it was after the movie. I think I might have been during the credits. I was reading to see if there was a post-credit scene or something. And then that's when I found an article. I was like, wait, what? Or maybe it was I saw it on the screen.
On the screen when I saw Mia Goth with the two
yeah, maybe
names
that's
on it.
where I got it. When she gets in bed with herself, that whole like bedroom scene, that and then when she's like under the bed, there were such great moments in that. So
Mia Goth getting into bed with herself, so erotic.
it would be really easy, and I've seen some other people like they group X and Pearl as one movie, and that's their number one. That's your prerogative or whatever. But I just think that they're both great standalone movies. But X, I think, was the cream of the crop this year.
Would you say, Jack, it marked the spot?
It did mark the spot.
Thank
it
you.
was excellent.
Oh,
wow. All right. My number one is not what I expected, but as I was going over the list, thinking about what did I enjoy the most and what is the only movie on the list that I have rewatched, and that is Dashcam. I had so much goddamn fun with this movie that we did So Bad It's Good one night, and Brian and Dave were over, and I was like, you guys have to see this goddamn movie. So we're just having drinks, and the second time we watched it, and they were like, this is insane. Like, what is this? Like, yeah, this is the greatest casting choice ever made. And so I've watched it twice. I would absolutely watch it again. It's basically the opposite of Nope in that this movie is very short, which makes it easily rewatchable, whereas Nope is just too long to be my number one. But God, I would kill to watch another movie with this actress in it. She is so goddamn funny. And then yes, having the director on, and he was explaining how they shot it on iPhones and stuff, I was like blown away.
That's crazy.
At how good the movie looks for how little they had to make it with. So this is found footage done right, found footage Hall of Fame, and my most fun movie of the year.
I'm not shocked by
Nice.
that because you were really excited by that.
So Jason, you didn't have X on your list at all?
I think it was my number 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was number 5.
Yeah, it sounds like I need to see it.
Yeah,
By the way, I want to say most disappointing is Terrifier 2. Because I was really looking forward to that, and I'm like, wow. Like, the gore is amazing, but I'm like, this is overindulgent, pointless.
There's a great
kinda
90-minute. There's a great 90-minute movie in a 2.5-hour long movie.
I guess. I don't know.
I didn't like the first
Forest
one,
movie.
so
I really
my
like
concern
the lead
is
actress.
oh, she was great. Kinda. But like if this is the world we live in, this is the kind of killer you want, this is what goes on. Jason doesn't have a chance to come back. Or if he does come back, we're gonna find him very unwatchable. If
Dude,
that's
that
where we're
movie just
going.
needed an editor. It was, there's a 10-minute dream sequence in that movie. That you're like,
Yeah.
this could have been 2 minutes.
You know, that was
the first movie was just too mean for me. So when I heard the sequel was coming out, I was like, no.
if you thought the first movie was too mean, you haven't seen anything. This is ridiculous.
They're probably just they're trying because that's what it's known for. They're probably trying
Look,
to.
there's some great gore in it. I thought it was fine, but like I said, it's the length is just you're tired at the end of it. If it was 90 minutes,
Yeah, I felt abused, beat up. It's like, all right.
I think my disappointment of the year was The Reef Stalked.
Oh,
Did not like that one.
dear God.
Wait, did you have any hopes for that to begin with?
I watched them back to back. The Reef. Oh my gosh, what a
Good
great
movie.
movie! Great movie.
yeah,
And Stalked. Wow.
you
Why
guys
did
should
make
seek
it?
out The Cursed on. I think it's on Hulu.
That's the werewolf movie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
to
I
get
didn't see
that
that.
in too. I watched I
saw that
looked just now, watched 9 movies last week, but
Is that the Christina Ricci movie?
no, that's,
but that is
that's just
a werewolf
Cursed.
movie.
The Cursed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Cursed is that Wes Craven piece of crap? Wasn't that Wes Craven that did that?
Yeah,
I don't
Did
know.
he? I
With
don't
the terrible
remember.
Wes
could be wrong.
Craven, Judy Greer's in that.
Yeah. So
Does it have like a vine or something on the cover or something like that?
Yeah, there might be
Yes.
some lines on the cover.
Yeah,
Little viney.
I remember seeing the.
It's got
the
like
poster.
these silver teeth, like a silver fang mouth.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the new one, The Cursed.
Oh,
Cursed is a werewolf movie, the Wes Craven one.
Woof. But The Cursed is a new movie?
Yeah, The Curse is the 2022 movie that I really liked.
I noticed nobody had. I thought everybody would have Hellbender on their list at some point because I know you all really liked it.
I had it as an honorable mention.
Yeah, it was actually my number 14. Yeah. I had a bunch of things that were like, this was good. I recommend this, but it just didn't quite. It happens every year. I usually have like 20 things and I have to narrow it down.
In a week, my list could be completely different except for like the top 5. Everything else could be juggled around. Stuff can disappear. And
Dash Cam, as I was thinking about it, I was like, no, man, I liked it more than that. I was like, Jesus Christ, I love this movie. What am I doing?
It's climbing the ranks.
All right. Anything else before we get the hell out of here?
That's enough, man.
Nope. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
But here's to hoping we have some Cocaine Bear action on the list next year.
Hell yeah.
And
are we going to do Megan for next week?
So is that coming out this weekend?
Try.
Yeah. We're going to try.
I'm actually going to see your favorite movie. I'm going to see Avatar 2 Saturday, so I might be able to see Megan Monday.
God.
I'll have to find out.
All right.
I can finally go back to the movies. So, yeah.
Good for you.
All right. Until next week, we'll let you know on Twitter what the hell we're doing. I don't.
That's right.
So
have a lovely night.
Bye. Where's the outro?
Game over, man. Game over.